In this next video, I'm going to talk about how to get the customer list report out of Rix Enterprise. When you run the customer list report, you can be at the top level, right-hand corner, or you can be at your individual store when you run this report. So from the home page, you would click on the Customer tab, Customer Reporting, and Customer List. Also note that you can get to that same report if you click on Reporting and Customer List. This will bring you into the Customer List report. At the top you have the report name. So if this is a report that you run a lot, you can name this report and save it, so that way the next time you come into this screen you can click on the magnifying glass icon and pull up and select that saved report. The default for the output method is PDF. The other options are Excel and CSV. We're going to do PDF for this example. On this report, you have 4 different tabs. You have the report options, report criteria, additional customer criteria, and detail criteria. We're going to start with the report options tab. So the first section under report options is what period would you like to analyze? So this is the report period. If you click on the drop down, you have all these different options. Year to date, year to last month, previous year, last number of months, last number of weeks, last number of days, selected dates yesterday, today, or leave it on none. For this option, I'm going to choose previous month. The next section is how do you want to sort the results? If you click on the drop down, you can sort them in order of account number, customer name, by zip code, year-to-date purchases, total-to-date purchases, and last year purchases. So if you're doing like a top selling report by customers and you wanted it to go in order by year-to-date purchases and sort that way, you would select year-to-date purchases. Next section is how do you want to display the report? If you just want a one line per customer, that's called a wide report, so you'd want to check that checkbox if you want that. The next tab is report criteria. So on the report criteria, you have by store state, customers if you wanted to do specific customers, by customer city, by customer state, by customer zip. If you have any store custom entries that you've created, you can select. If you have any custom entries, you can select those. You can also exclude any of these items. So if you wanted everyone except a particular state, or everyone except a particular zip or zip code, you could put that in and click on the exclude checkbox. If you want everybody, you just leave this screen blank. The next tab is the additional customer criteria. So here you have what period would you like to find customer added. You know, if you wanted to know all of your customers that you've added in the last week or in the last month, that would give you that list. So here again, if you click on the drop down, you have all of these different options to choose from when that customer was added. Next section is what period would you like to find their last sale. So if you click on the drop down, again you have these options. When were they in the store last? The very last time. If you're trying to get customers that haven't been in your store for a while, this would be a good one to choose. You know, maybe you hadn't had customers in your store. You wanted a list of those customers that hadn't been in for 6 months or longer. So this is where you would choose that option. Then you have how would you like to filter the sales. You have selected detail sales, total to date sales, and last year's sales. So if you wanted to know anybody, you know, from $500 and above, you could put a range here for any of these items. Then you have how would you like to filter accounts. Do you want to only include accounts with email? So the NA is not applicable. Yes, you want to only include accounts with emails. Or no, you want a list of accounts that don't have emails. So maybe you're trying to get a list of the people that you still don't have emails for. You could choose no. There's also only include accounts with an alert. So if you put an alert message on someone's account, you can get a printout of just those customers that have an alert message. And then only include the NNN accounts. So say you're trying to get a list of your top customers. You want to know your top 100 customers. That's where you could put a number in. Then you also have what birthday do you want to filter on. You have how would you like to filter frequent buyers. If you have a frequent buyer program, you can put that information in. And the last tab is the detail criteria tab. And here's a lot of different areas where you could put criteria. You can do it by store state. Again, if you have any store custom entries or product custom entries. If you want to know a list of all of your customers that have bought from a particular supplier, you could put that supplier code in, or maybe you're looking at a couple different suppliers or 3 different suppliers. You can put each supplier in separated by a comma, either by looking at the lookup by choosing the magnifying glass icon, or you can type those codes in. You can also filter by return code, by promotion code, by salespeople, and again you have those exclude checkboxes that you can use. What period do you want to find any sale? And then you have what is the range of ticket quantities sold. And then the last thing is how would you like to filter the sales? You have that year-to-date sales where you can put the dollar amount. So that would be a dollar amount in that section. You could do neat things like give me a list of everyone that has purchased this SKU, or give me a list of everyone that has purchased this size and this width, and that'll give you just those customers. So once you have all of the criteria selected, if you had named this report, you can click on Save Report. In this example, since we're only doing one report, I'm going to click on Add Job and Run. This will then bring us to our report history. So we can click on the report, and that's going to open up on the screen once we click on Open. So here you can open, save, or cancel. If you wanted to save it somewhere on your hard drive, you can click on Save, but we're going to open it up and take a peek. So this will bring the report up on the screen. If you want to make it bigger, we can click on the Zoom button. Just click on the report. That makes it bigger. You can always stretch your window out to make your window bigger. I can save a copy by clicking on the Save a Copy, and that can save it somewhere to my hard drive. If I want to print this to my printer, I can click on the printer icon. If I want to search for a particular item, an account number, a name, some information, I can click on Search and type that in, and it will find it. Or I could email this directly to somebody just by clicking on the email. Shows the pages down at the bottom. So in this example, we have 4 pages. I can use the scroll bars to the right, or I can click on the next page button, previous page button. I can click on the last page button or the first page button. In this report, I did year-to-date purchases. I did it for a particular period. I did a wide report, 1 line per customer, and I'm showing my top 100 counts. So I have my top 100 accounts in order by year-to-date purchases. So it lists the account number, customer name, address, city, state, zip, if they had a charge balance, if they had a store credit balance, and their year-to-date purchases and when their last purchase was. So it shows me my top 100 customers in order from top to bottom based on their purchases. If I wanted to exit out, I can just click on the red X. That'll close that report. I can easily edit this report if I wanted to change something about it just by clicking on the Edit Criteria. And maybe I wanted to, instead of doing a report format, I wanted to do it in Excel. I could easily just go to the Output method and change it to Excel. Maybe I wanted to change something else about this report. I could click on any one of these tabs, change what I want to change, and then just simply click on Add Job and Run. This brings me back to the report history. I happen to do this one in Excel. You'll see the file type of Excel. I can open this up, and now you'll see this in Excel format. So I could resort it how I want to, and there I have my customer list in Excel. So there's many different ways that you can run the customer list report. It just kind of depends on what you're looking for, but there's lots of ways that you can get information